me, that is all I need. Yeah, I'm still at your heart tonight. Take my hand and stand by my side.
Hello dear friends, this is Ákos again at the Magyar Mondatok channel. I have a very interesting topic for you today, and before starting I'd like to say thank you to a new subscriber of our channel, Richie, who wrote some very pleasing words to me. I'm really happy to read. I was really happy to read your comments, and this confirms that it is really worth making these videos, and if you find them useful and if you think that these videos help you understand Hungarian language better, it is absolutely satisfying for me, and I'm very happy to read your comments. So thank you so much, and I'd like to dedicate this video to you today. I hope you will find this one useful, again, just like the previous ones. We have 27 subscribers at our channel. Wonderful, but this is not a real number because one of the subscribers is my son, so basically it is 26, but never mind, this is wonderful. I am absolutely satisfied if we have a few enthusiastic members, enthusiastic learners who find these short videos useful. Okay, let's start our new topic. Sometimes when I walk in the street and notice some notes or posters or slogans, I look at those sentences or words from the language learner's point of view, and I decided to take photos of those sentences and slogans and notes and bring some of them to you, and because sometimes they're very interesting from the language learner's point of view. Just like this one, the one which you can see here, the left side. I took this photo in an outpatients clinic a few days ago, and it is really worth talking about these simple words. They look like simple words, but there are some very interesting rules hidden behind it. Sometimes these notes include some errors. Sometimes you can notice some errors or misspellings, which should be considered and which should be discussed, just like here. In this note you can see three words: Beteg, vélemények, and észrevételek. For us, this Beteg, vélemények thing is interesting, so we will discuss this one first. Beteg is ill, and vélemény means opinion. Vélemények, I put it here, yes, and vélemények, this is the plural form. So beteg vélemények, ill opinions. It is quite possible, so we can be sure that the person who wrote this thought of the opinions given by the patient who visit this outpatients clinic. However, there is a little problem with this from a grammatical point of view. Beteg, the word beteg is used in two senses. One is the fact that beteg means ill, I mean as an adjective, and for example we can use it like this: beteg ember, an ill man, an ill person. However, beteg can be used also as a noun. One little note: in English we use beteg, we use ill also in the sense of bad or improper or ill treatment, improper treatment of somebody or something like that. In Hungarian, beteg is not used in this sense. I think the best thing is that you learn that beteg is basically only used in the sense that somebody had. So I want to say that here we have a compound word, and simply add the two parts, the two words together, and it will look like beteg vélemények. That's it. If you write it this way, this will mean that opinions of the ill people, opinions given by the ill people. That's it. If there is a possessive relation between the two, then you can put the two things together, and here we are. We have a compound word, and it expresses that the opinions given by the ill people are expected here. Okay, that's it. Here we have another word, észrevételek. I don't want to explain this word in detail, but once it is here, let us learn what it means. Észrevenni means to notice something. Észrevétel is the object that you have noticed. Okay, and észrevételek is the plural form. Okay, so észrevétel is the object, is something that you have noticed, the object, and észrevételek, it's the plural form. It pretty much, I mean, something like comments or remarks. Okay, you can use this word in this sense, comments, remarks. Okay, now having learned this, we can analyze some more very similar examples. For example, beteg szállítás, szállítani valamit. This is the verb. Szállítani is to transport something, to carry something, and szállítás is transportation of something. Szállító is transporter. Either the car, the van, the truck, the bus that transports something or people, or the person who transports or carries those things. So beteg szállítás, you see this is a compound word with two parts, beteg and szállítás. Beteg is again the ill people. It refers to the ill people. Szállítás is transportation. You can see it here. If you haven't noticed it, it's here. This is not an ambulance car, but a transporter car. In Hungary, we have a service to transport ill people. If you have to go to a treatment, you can order this kind of a taxi, and they will come pick you up at your home, and they will take you to the hospital or anywhere you have to go for free. This is paid by the insurance, and but this is very slow. I mean, they take maybe 5 people, 6 people at the same time, so this may take quite a long time. You have to wait a lot, but this is free. Okay, so szállító is the transporter, and you see that here we have a compound word because, and it is correct, because this is the transporter or transportation of the ill people, and also the person who transports these people is the beteg szállító, together in one word, as a compound word. Of course, some people may write it this way, beteg szállítás, which is not correct, because in this case, beteg would be an adjective, and beteg szállító, it could be correct if we talk about the transporting person, the transporter person who happens to be ill at the time of speaking. A beteg szállító. You understand the point that in this second situation, this is actually correct if we want to talk about a transporting person who happens to be ill. Okay? A beteg szállító. A beteg szállító nem jött. The ill transporter didn't come. Okay? You understand the point. But if you want to speak about a profession, a job of a transporter, a person who transports the ill people, who takes those people to the hospital, for example, for treatment, you have to use these compound words. Beteg szállítás, beteg szállító. Okay, and they are correct. Okay, I have two other very simple examples to illustrate how powerful, how interesting these compound words are in the Hungarian language. Marhahús, marhahús. Marhahús is also a compound word. Marha is the cattle and hús is meat. So the meat of the cattle, meat of the cow. Obviously, it is supposed to be written as a compound word. Otherwise, if you don't do this, and I have seen this in shops, you will get this one, marha hús. I have seen this in shops. And what is the problem with this? The problem is that marha doesn't only have the meaning of cattle, cow, but marha in slang or in everyday speech also is a synonym of idiot or stupid. So if somebody writes marhahús this way, like an adjective plus a noun, and not as a compound word, it will mean that an idiot, the meat is idiot, an idiot meat, which is definitely not what they meant to say. However, it should be written like this, marhahús, as a compound word. Okay, the meat of the cattle. Okay, and in a very similar way, and you may perhaps see this word, marhapásztor. A pastor is the herdsman, and marha again is the cattle. I would say marha is a bit more official term used for the cattle or for cows. In everyday situations, we usually say tehén and less frequently say marha, but it's okay, acceptable. So marha pastor is the herdsman, marha is a cattle or a cow. So we want to talk about the herdsman who guards the cattle. However, if you write it in two words, if you use two words, marha pastor, and you remember what I have just said in the previous example, marha also means idiot. So if you write it this way in two words and not as a compound word, it will mean that an idiot herdsman. Okay? Instead, if you want to say that a herdsman of guarding the cattle, you should use a compound word. And in this situation, it will be marhapásztor. Okay? Even the pronunciation is slightly different. If you want to pronounce the compound word, the stress is only on the first syllable. Marhapásztor. Okay, this is the first syllable. I mean, the stress is on the first syllable. Marhapásztor. In this case, you can use two stresses. A marhapásztor. Okay, so pastor, we have another secondary stress. A marhapásztor. If a Hungarian speaker hears this, he or she will know that this is a stupid herdsman. If you say marha pastor, then they will know that you are talking about a herdsman who guards the cattle. So a marha pastor, this is something different. So you see, they are very, very simple things. We've been talking about writing two words separately or together, creating a compound word, but still, as you see, they convey very different meaning. Okay, thank you. This was our new video at my channel. I hope you have found it useful again, and see you next time. Thank you.